The next book that I want to talk about, I'm actually very scared of. Six of Crows is not the only heist book out there. I don't care who gave praise for this. I really don't. Hey y'all, my name is Mara. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing 5-star predictions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 different books that I think I'm going to rate 5 stars. And I'm really interested to actually make this video because I want to use it to reflect on. I want to actually read all 5 of these books and then come back and see, was I right? Did I actually think that these books were 5-star material after I've read them? And I just think that this is such an interesting video to make because I want to know if I know my own book taste. I want to know if I know the tropes that I like, if I know based on a book summary, if I'm actually going to really be invested in that storyline. So already I'm really excited to film this. I know I say that every time I film a video that I'm so excited to film this, but like genuinely, I'm always excited to film these. So like, why lie to you guys? I'm sure that I need a thesaurus because literally I don't know any word besides the word excited to express how I'm feeling. So if anyone would be kind enough to send one my way or send me like some synonyms in the description down below, let me know. I feel so annoying every time I say the word excited, but I'm excited, gosh darn it. So that's what I'm saying today. Sorry, I sounded really angry there for a second. I'm not angry, I'm excited, like I said. I've had way too much caffeine today, clearly, because my energy is off the rails, and we are a minute into this video. Let's just get started with the 5-star predictions that I have. So the first book that I think I'm going to give 5 stars, I will actually know very soon if I actually did give it that rating because I'm talking about Furyborn. So this is actually going to be my next read. After I film this video, I'm probably just going to jump into this. So I had to film this video so that I could start reading this because I didn't want to start it and then like know immediately like, oh, this isn't going to be 5 stars or oh, this is going to be 5 stars. That's a side tangent. It doesn't matter. I am really interested in Furyborn because the premise just sounds so interesting. It seems to have so many tropes that I love in YA fantasy books. It's got queens. It's got timelines centuries apart. Royalty is like one of my favorite things, and I love when a book has like dual timelines for some reason. I don't know why, but like that just makes me really intrigued in books because I love seeing like mystery plot points like in the past line up with the present, and maybe I'm just projecting onto my love for Truly Devious, but I just think that I'm going to absolutely adore this book. I've heard mostly positive things about this book, and I've heard even better things about the rest of the series. People I really trust seem to love this book, and so I'm going to take their opinion and just run with it because I feel like we have similar taste in the things that we do and don't like in books. And I feel like this is going to be amazing, and I'm very excited to read it. So let me read you guys the synopsis of this book really quickly. When assassins ambush her best friends, Riel risks everything to save him, exposing herself as one of a pair of prophesized queens, a queen of light and a queen of blood. To prove she is the Sun Queen, Riel must endure 7 elemental magic trials. If she fails, she will be executed, unless the trials kill her first. 1,000 years later, the legend of Queen Riel is a fairy tale to Elena, a bounty hunter for the Undying Empire. Elena believes herself untouchable until her mother vanishes. To find her, Elena joins a rebel captain and discovers that the evil at the Empire's heart is more terrible than she's ever imagined. So we're getting 2 timelines with 2 powerful women. I love that, and I am just really excited because I also really like learning about assassins in books, but I feel like it's very rarely executed well. So hopefully this is kind of giving me Throne of Glass vibes, but like in the direction that I wanted Throne of Glass to go. So very excited about Furyborn. The second book that I think is going to be 5 stars is another YA fantasy, and that is going to be The Gilded Wolves. So the reason why I think that this book is going to be 5 stars is, again, the premise just really intrigues me. I feel like this is a book that I'm just going to devour and love because it follows a heist. And so I have heard comparisons to Six of Crows with this book, but let me just say, Six of Crows is not the only heist book out there. I have read The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, and I loved it. It was so close to coming into my top 10 for 2020. I really enjoyed the heist aspect of that book, and because this one also has a heist element, I just think that I'm going to love it. Again, I've heard nothing but amazing things by people I really trust their opinion on, and I feel like we have similar taste. I really do think that The Gilded Wolves is going to be 5 stars. So let me read you guys a quick synopsis of what this book is about. Mystery, decadence, and dangerous desires. It's 1889. The city is on the cusp of industry and power, and the Exposition Universelle has breathed new life into the streets and dredged up ancient secrets. Here, no one keeps tabs on dark truths better than treasure hunter and wealthy hotelier. Hotelier? What is that? Is that like a hotel manager? When the elite, ever-powerful Order of Babel coerces him to help them on a mission, Severin is offered a treasure that he never imagined, his true inheritance. To hunt down the ancient artifact the Order seeks, Severin calls upon a band of unlikely experts, an engineer with a debt to pay, a historian banished from his home, a dancer with a sinister past, and a brother in arms, if not blood. I'm so excited! That sounds so good. Definitely giving me Last Magician, Six of Crows vibes. I am so excited. I'm excited. Okay, so the next book that I want to talk about, I'm actually very scared of. Because look at how thick that is, first of all. I am talking about The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, and boy oh boy am I terrified to start this because everyone loves this. I have not heard a single person say, I hate Mistborn. Like, it doesn't happen. Everyone seems to be obsessed with Brandon Sanderson, and I've never read a book by him, but I feel like I'm going to love Mistborn because I've heard it has a really, really cool magic system. I've also heard that while it is adult fantasy, it's very, very easy to understand, and it kind of reads more like YA, which is my favorite thing in adult fantasy because my brain does not function at a high capacity, and so whenever there's a lot of really difficult terminology thrown at me, I just find myself really confused in an adult fantasy. And so I'm very excited and pleasantly surprised to hear that this reads on the younger side of adult fantasy, and so I think it's going to be a great introduction for me, and I am just really, really excited to read this because, again, everyone just seems to love it, so I'm gonna hop on board and jump on the bandwagon. Let me read you guys what this book is about. The Mist rule the night. The Lord Ruler owns the world. For 1,000 years, the ash fell. For 1,000 years, the Scots slaved in misery and lived in fear. For 1,000 years, the Lord Ruler reigns with absolute power and ultimate terror, divinely invincible. Every attempted revolt has failed miserably, yet somehow hope survives. A new kind of uprising is being planned, one that depends on the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind and the courage of an unlikely heroine, a Scott Street urchin, who must learn to master allomancy, the power of a Mistborn. What if the prophesized hero had failed to defeat the Dark Lord? The answer will be found in the Mistborn trilogy, a saga of surprises that begin here. Shut up. Oh my god, wait, I knew that this was what this was about, but I'm even more excited to read about it because it talks about what happens if the hero fails and the Dark Lord reigns supreme. Oh my, this makes me so excited to read this, even more so than I already was. I genuinely think if that concept is executed well, which obviously it's going to be because everyone's obsessed with this book, that I'm going to fall head over heels in love with this series because that concept just sounds so interesting to me. I was talking the other day about like why I like Shadow and Bone and why I like The Darkling, because I just think it's so interesting to hear more about the villain's perspective and just to see like what goes on in their brain, what are their motivations. Like I'm so excited. I'm already slapping a 5-star on this and I haven't even read it. So freaking pumped. All right, so I have 2 more books to talk about really, really quickly with you guys. And the first one is actually our first thriller of the stack. I know I've talked about mostly fantasy so far, but I'm gonna throw a little curveball in there and I'm going to talk about Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. So this is a book that has just always intrigued me. Ruth Ware is an author that has always intrigued me, but I've actually never read a single book by her. So I really don't have an opinion on Ruth Ware. I don't really know if I'm going to vibe with her writing style, vibe with her plots, but I have heard that this book has just like the ultimate plot twist that's going to leave you so shook, and that is my absolute favorite thing in thrillers. If you can surprise me, like I'm slapping 5 stars on it because like that is just my favorite thing. I love to be bamboozled and swindled. I really think that The Turn of the Key is going to hit every nail on the head for a mystery thriller for me, so I'm so excited to dive into it. And let me tell you guys a quick synopsis of this book. Oh, it doesn't have one. Awesome. I gotta go to Goodreads, I guess. That's like my biggest pet peeve is when a book doesn't have a synopsis on the back. Like, I don't care who gave praise for this. I really don't. I don't want to see reviews from other authors and from the Goodreads bestseller list and like New York Times. Like, that's cool. Good for them, but at least tell me what the book is about. Like, you can have all that, but give me a quick synopsis, okay? I'm gonna go to Goodreads now, rant over. When she stumbles across the ad, she's looking for something else completely, but it seems like too good an opportunity to miss. A live in nannying post with a staggering generous salary, and when Rowan arrives at the Heatherbray house, she is smitten by the luxurious smart home fitted out with all modern conveniences, by the beautiful Scottish Highlands, and by this picture-perfect family. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with the child dead and herself in prison awaiting for trial for murder. Writing to her lawyer from prison, she struggles to explain the unraveling events that led to her incarceration. It wasn't just the constant surveillance from the cameras installed around the house, or the malfunctioning technology that woke the household with booming music, or turned the lights off at the worst possible time. It wasn't just the girls, who turned out to be a far cry from the immaculately behaved, model children she met at her interview. It wasn't even the way she was left alone weeks at a time, with no adults around apart from the handyman, Jack Grant. It was everything. Okay, cool. So this sounds like it has some paranormal elements to it, which I love in a good thriller. I love knowing if it's paranormal or if it's real. I think that's a trope that if it's executed well, I absolutely adore. So knowing that this might have that in it makes me super excited once again. I also am kind of getting Lock Every Door vibes by Riley Sager from this book because of the fact that she thinks like everything's so good and I'm gonna move into this house and everything's too good to be true. Well, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That might irritate me because I wasn't the biggest fan of Lock Every Door, but since it does have that is it or is it not paranormal aspect, and I've heard that it's just very shocking, twisty, turny, I think I'm still going to love this and hopefully give it 5 stars. All right, we have made it to the very last book on this list, and this is one that I was probably the most nervous to put on this list because I have heard very, very polarizing things about this. People either 5-star it, they love it, or they 1-star it, hate it, want to burn it. Fine, whatever. But based on what I know about it and who has given this 5 stars, I think I'm going to be on the side that absolutely adores this book, and I am talking about The Inheritance Games. So what I know about this one is that it is a Cinderella / Knives Out retelling. I've never seen Knives Out. I don't particularly love Cinderella, it's fine, whatever. But for some reason, when I heard that, I was like, I need it. I need this book. I just couldn't tell you why I needed this book because, again, I've just never seen Knives Out, but the idea of like a murder mystery kind of element / like Cinderella retelling just sounded really, really intriguing to me. And also, I can't lie, this cover is absolutely gorgeous. So this one just sounded really, really interesting and different, and I love when there's like a retelling of a story that seems to just really take it from the original source material and really twist it into something unique. And I think that that's really going to happen in this book. There's a love triangle or a love square or something of that nature. I don't know the details, but it could actually make me not give this book 5 stars just based on the premise. There might be some elements in this one that I find a little bit tricky to handle. Let's get into the synopsis of this book. Secret passages. Elaborate riddles, billions at stake, let the games begin. Oh my gosh, secret passages are like my favorite thing in books. Elaborate riddles, duh. This literally just sounds like Truly Devious, but with a Cinderella element to it, and I am here for it. Give me every single book that reminds you of Truly Devious because I love that series with my entire heart. Anyways, let's continue the summary. Avery has a plan for a better future, survive high school, win a scholarship, and get out. But her luck changes in an instant when billionaire Tobias Hawthorne dies and leaves her virtually his entire fortune. The only catch? Avery must move into his sprawling mansion full of secret passages, riddles, and codes. Unfortunately for Avery, Hawthorne House is also occupied by the family that Tobias Hawthorne just disinherited. This includes the 4 Hawthorne grandsons, dangerous magnetic boys who grew up with every expectation that one day they would inherit billions. Shut up! I'm so excited about this! Are you kidding me? Okay, top of the TBR. I'm gonna try and read this as literally soon as possible because I love secret passages. I love riddles. This literally is giving me Truly Devious vibes and I am here for it. Yeah, love this, love. I definitely know myself. These books all sound incredible. I really got to give myself a pat on the back for that. Those are going to be my 5-star predictions for 2021. Let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments section down below and what rating you gave it. I would love to know. And yeah, let me know what books you think I'll like, which ones I should prioritize. If you think that I'm actually going to hate any of these books, because that would be good information to know as well. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. It would really support me and my channel. Also subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't yet. I post book-related content twice a week. I also have my Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff in the description down below if you're interested in checking it out. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!